But my first question is to Uzma Kardar, who's a spokesperson of the PMLN and a senior ruling party politician in Pakistan. Uzma ji, this excitement about Rahul Gandhi and the fear of Narendra Modi in Pakistan, among Pakistani politicians, Pakistani influencers, and Pakistani media. Can you explain this? I mean, how do you look at this?
Thank you for inviting me. Actually, I'm a bit surprised at your comment. I think there was this one odd politician, Fawad Chaudhry, who made this comment, and I think you generalized it across the board. We are just observing everything very objectively, and the internal election of India does not really concern us. It concerns the people of India. But we, as objective observers, we feel that the relationship which was building up between Pakistan and India before Modi Sarkar, it came to a grinding halt when Modi took over. Somehow the RSS mentality, we found it was dominating everything. It killed the secular India, which was much trumpeted in the whole world, and with, that is how people recognized India. And we suddenly found that there were these extremist Hindu elements who were trying to, force everybody into their kind of mindset and thinking. So it did not augur well for the relationship of Pakistan and India. I can quote my own example. I was a very active member of Track 2 diplomacy. Achha. And I visited India multiple times as a peace activist. I took my students there, large groups of 70 to 80 students. We visited Delhi University, Patel University, and in Aligarh. But then, and then also between retired army personnel, we had a lot of exchange visits. But with the Modi, this moment Modi came, he axed everything. So he is not actually in favor of having good relationship with any neighbor.
Okay.
We feel that let India decide. Do you want to have a secular India? Or do you want to have an extremist Hindutva India? That is up to the people of India to decide.
One minute. Can I just ask you one simple question before I request the BJP spokesperson to respond? Can you tell me, in this Track 2 that you used to do, where Pakistani generals were there, how many former ISI people were there in this Track 2? How many ex-ISI chiefs were there? Was Hamid Gul among those ISI people who was in Track 2? My second question to you is that you said you visited Delhi to talk about peace. Was it before 26/11 or after 26/11?
It was before Modi came.
Before Modi came.
I think it's been now more than 5 years.
Okay. No, Modi's been around for 10 years.
Even more than that.
So somewhere after 26/11. So what you're saying is that after 26/11. No. What you're saying is that after 26/11, Uzma ji, my basic problem is with this view. No. My basic problem is with that view that Pakistan, the ISI, they would carry out 26/11, kill hundreds of Indians in a terrorist attack, and then send people like you waving the flag of peace along with a few ISI generals, go to India, go to Delhi, go to Aligarh and talk about peace.
You are really misconstruing everything. Are you familiar with the name Nirmala Deshpande? Are you? Well, she is the one who initiated this Track 2 diplomacy.
No, I'm not Aman Ki Asha type. I am not a Aman Ki Asha type.
From our side, it was from our
side. हम लोगों को आपको लेकर कोई अमन की आशा है ही नहीं हमारी.
The delegation, and from in the Indian side, it was Admiral Ram Das, who was
we know.
leading the
We know.
delegation.
He's part of that lobby.
IPSI. It was called IPSI. IPSI, the Retired Soldiers Initiative for Peace. It had nothing to do with ISI. So don't try to confuse and don't try to distort something if you have no information or knowledge about it.
Well, I'll let Sanju respond to you. But from your opening remarks, I will make one line observation. The great times that you people had with the Congress party at the cost of the Indian people are over. And you're pining and hoping that the Congress comes back, which is not going to happen. Now, Sanju Verma will respond to you. This is my view. I'm quite clear. And don't say that you're neutral. You're not.
Are you manipulating the election? You know the result already.
Arnab.
Anybody who's watching things very well knows. Okay, Sanju will respond to you, Uzma ji.
Yeah. Thank you. So Arnab, my first point is this. Without being offensive to the Pakistani guests on your show, comparing India and Pakistan, it is like comparing chalk and cheese. And I'll tell you why. Pakistan is a virtually bankrupt economy today. The overall size of the Pakistani economy is less than $300 billion. And India's forex reserves alone stand at a massive $641 billion. We can buy 2 or 3 Pakistans and still have some loose change left to distribute. Second, Pakistan has an inflation of anywhere between 17 to 18%. Our inflation is barely 4.8%. More importantly, Pakistan has annual exports of $39 billion. And we have exports of $39 billion every single month. So what are you comparing? It's David and Goliath. And unfortunately or fortunately in this case, it's not David but Goliath who's going to win. And I'll tell you why. Pakistan has been completely decimated by its inherent contradictions. It's been diplomatically isolated. Pakistan has repeatedly tried to raise the Kashmir bogey at every United Nations fora, and it has been shown the mirror. Diplomatically, Pakistan's stand on Kashmir finds no takers today. And most importantly, if you remember, Arnav, we've debated this on your show umpteen times. After the abrogation of Article 370 in 2019, thanks to the dynamic Modi government, we had the J&K reorganization bill, due to which today 24 seats are actually reserved for POK. And be it Rajnath Singh, our defense minister, or Amit Shah, the Union Home Minister, they've categorically said this on umpteen occasions that POK hamara hai aur ye bhi hum lekar rahenge. And as far as Fawad Hussain goes, I think he has zero credibility. He was an ex-minister in the Pakistani cabinet. But what I find very surprising is why this bonhomie with Rahul Gandhi. Why this fear of Narendra Modi? Narendra Modi ka dar to acha hai, aapko darna bhi chahiye, because beat the surgical strike of 2016 or beat the Balakot strike where we went 30 kilometers inside the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa area and completely demolished more than 24 terror launch pads of Pakistan. Narendra Modi has walked the talk. You might accuse him of muscular diplomacy, but too bad. That's the way it is. You need to digest the truth. And I just want to say one thing to the Pakistani guests here. Don't sit and lecture us on secularism. In 1947, when India became independent, the Hindu population in Karachi, and this is as per official census data, Hindu population was 51%, Muslim population was about 42%, and the balance was distributed among Sikhs, Christians, what have you. And guess what? Just 10 seconds more. Today in Karachi, the Hindu population is only 0.86%. Muslim population is 96.45%. Even the Christian population is down to 2.42%. And this has not happened organically.
Just 1 minute now.
Being systematically
let's look at this situation with some clarity.